Welcome to another DragonLance Saga review episode. It is Bracca Brook Green the 22nd. My name is Adam, and today I'm going to give you my review of Dargaard Keep, the adventure in DL16 World of Krynn by Michael Gray. Now, I would like to take a moment and thank the DL Saga members and invite you to consider becoming a member by visiting the link in the description below. You can even pick up DragonLance game materials using my affiliate links. Let's talk about DL16 World of Krynn, but more importantly, the adventure of the entire collection, Dargaard Keep by Michael Gray. Now, I've run through this once and we didn't quite get through it. It was a TPK, but that's to be expected because Dargaard Keep is a return to form for like Dragonlance adventures specifically, but just dungeon crawling. It is incredibly exciting. Not only are you going into Lord Soth's house, I mean, literally, there's a whole time mechanism of day versus night. If you're going during the day, it's going to be all draconians, it's going to be all minions, and you're going to have to deal with all of the, all the regular daytime monsters, right? You go at night, it's all undead, and not even the draconians and daytime monsters want to be there. So they have to go into their barracks and actually scribe on their doors the symbol of Mishikal in order to keep themselves alive so they can sleep through the night. There's vampires, there's dark elves like Drow in this. Which, during this time, Dragonlance was a little more, still kind of up in the air on what was approved and what wasn't approved and okay and stuff. I mean, let's be fair. DL16 is the last of the Advanced Dungeons & Dragons Dragonlance official game adventure collections. And so this was the very end of the entire Dragonlance line until 2nd edition came out when they pivoted to go to Taladas. But this is just a terrifyingly difficult adventure. It's set with levels of then you're supposed to have like 6 different players, but it is Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, so it is inherently infinitely more challenging than anything else. I mean, you just simply hear a ghost. You don't have to see it. You don't have to be near it. As long as that audio gets to your ear, you can die. That's how we had a TBK, actually. It's brutal. But it is one of those games where if you just want to go back and just try something that is incredibly difficult, incredibly challenging, this is the module to do it. Now, not just the difficulty, not just the era, and just sort of going into this haunted house, as it were. This is an incredible adventure because it continues the storyline of Dragonlance Chronicles and Dragonlance Legends. Literally, it's right after the Blue Ladies' War when Kitiara is killed in the Tower of High Sorcery and Lord Soth goes in and takes her body away. What happened to her body? Well, we know that, of course, in Ravenloft, he was pulled out of it, and that sort of pissed off Tracy Hickman and stuff because Lord Soth is kind of his baby, so I get it. And I love those novels, so it's not like I'm shitting on it or anything. But the truth is this is the real what happened to Lord Soth. And he is alive and well in Dargaard Keep. If you're like a really high level group that's incredibly successful in tactically fighting together, you might actually have a chance fighting and killing Lord Soth. But it is not easy. It is incredibly difficult. But not only do you get to see what happened to Lord Soth, you find out what happened to Kitiara. That's right. It's never been announced in any of the novels at all. So I'm going to spoil this here. So if you don't want to hear what happened to Kitiara after her death, I'm not talking about the Ravenloft stories. I'm talking about in Dragonlance, full stop. Turn away. Go watch the next video. Skip this one. All right, you're still here? That's right. So it's basically like this head and spinal cord and lungs set of this undead creature that she was turned into, and she's sort of enslaved by Lord Soth and just trapped in this keep. As soon as the heroes come along, once you find her, if you find her, because you really don't have to, but if you find her and run into her, then she immediately wants to connect with you all and go with you because she wants revenge against Lord Soth for doing this to her. She wants to get out and be free, but she is an undead creature of the night. So at nighttime, her body separates like her head, spine, and lungs and everything separates from everything else. She like flies around to go suck on some poor sap's neck and like, feed, and then goes back and like, it's insane. It's absolutely insane. If you witness this, you're so horrified you disbelieve it ever even happened and you refuse to even think about it. That's how horrifying this experience is. There are so many insane creatures in this. So we've got Sons of Caius, which I had never fought or experienced before this. And wow, they're brutal. You got fog giants, you've got liches, you've got beholders, and you've got the Terraskew. There's like the big baddie guy with Lord Soth, which is nothing to be joking about when you're like fighting your way through this entire thing. Okay, so this entire dungeon. So the entire premise of this is you are all basically just meeting up at some inn, and then all of a sudden the door opens up and a Knight of Salamnia is there, and he's like, I'm looking for heroes! Will anyone call? Will anyone answer the call of adventure? And so the heroes purportedly are going to go find out, and they ride dragons to the forest outside of Dargaard Keep in the sort of the area of the mountain range. And that's where they meet these two high-level clerics, priests. They implore upon the heroes that they need someone to go in and collect these different pieces of a rod in order to stop Lord Soth from doing it. I'm looking to see if I can find in my notes here. But basically, he's going to be creating an abyssal rift, which would then allow Takesis to come into Krynn. It's always Takesis. What are you going to do, right? But anyway, he's going to use this rod in order to do it. The problem is that he hasn't been able to do it thus far. So the heroes have to go into the keep, find all these little rods, and the only way you can find the rods is by finding little symbols, which by Lord Soth symbols, which by touching them, that are scattered all around the keep, by touching them, it teleports you into this closed, impossible to leave room until you've actually taken the rod off of a pedestal and defeated its guardian. You collect all the rods, you work your way into Lord Soth's throne room and try to destroy him and close the rift with the rods. But only lawful good characters can touch the rod. Otherwise, it hurts you. And so that's one of the reasons why Lord Soth had it scattered all around his keep and stuff. Really cool. You even run into the god Sargonas in this keep, and he helps you because he kind of wants to stop. I'm basing this off memory, and I'm pretty sure that's the case. But this is an incredibly fun adventure. You're going to be crawling through, first of all, you're going to start it by dragon riding. How much cooler can you get than that? But then you're going to be crawling through graveyards, fighting werebeasts. That's right, another thing that didn't really happen in Krynn very much, but every once in a while you run into, adventures that just don't care. You're going to run into dark elves, drow. You're going to get to the keep itself, depending on the day or night. You're going to have to fight a lich immediately, or if it's during the day, you're going to have to break in with an insane amount of draconians patrolling and actively watching the sort of like destroyed Dargaard Keep, which you can't just like run into because it doesn't have like this open door. Like you've got to figure out a way in. Of course, you can fly in, and there's all sorts of ways that you can break into this place, but it is in this open crevice, and so it's not very easy. And then once you get in, you have to survive Dargaard Keep until you get in. So look, all I'm saying is all the people that love Ravenloft and shout to the hills how great Ravenloft is, you should try this module. I think you will disagree that Ravenloft is the ultimate horror, terrifying adventure. This is it. This is a great one. I ran it last Halloween. I'm going to run it again, and hopefully we can get through it this time. If you want a really challenging old school Dungeons & Dragons Dragonlance adventure, if you want to be steeped in horror, this is the adventure for you. Dargaard Keep. Check it out. That is it for my review of Dargaard Keep from DL16, World of Krynn by Michael Gray. What did you think of this adventure? Do you like the ending to Lord Soth and Kitiara? And finally, have you ever played any of the adventures in DL16 World of Krynn yourself? Feel free to email me at info@dlsaga.com or leave a comment below. I would like to take a moment and thank all of you who are subscribed and members, and invite you to subscribe to this YouTube channel, ring the bell to get notified about upcoming videos, and click the like button. It all goes to help other Dragonlance fans learn about this channel and its content. This channel is all about celebrating the wonderful world of the DragonLance Saga. Thank you so much for joining in that celebration. So, for DragonLance Saga, my name is Adam. Until next time, Slanjavar.